Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the briefing for Friday, the 12th of January. Okay, looking at the chart today, we've got a similar picture to what we have for the last few days, really. High pressure centered out to our west at the moment. And we're a little bit slack today. The isobars are bringing in a northeasterly flow, but they're not too close together. So the upper winds aren't nearly as strong as they have been. Looking further ahead, tomorrow is changing up a little bit, high pressure moving away and potentially some fronts moving towards us. I believe the forecast for the weekend is generally quite dry, albeit quite cloudy as we've got today still. Spot winds today, there's probably about 10 to 15 knots at flying height, maybe ever so slightly stronger this morning. I don't think it's going to be any stronger than about 20 knots. And this is showing between 050 and 070, generally from the northeast. And looking on the sat pic, I'll just give this a refresh. You can see it's pretty cloudy over pretty much the whole area this is showing at the moment. I don't think it's going to cause us too much of a problem. It's all reasonably high, but it's certainly very cloudy with no clearance in sight. So not a lot of sun today, and it's not going to be very warm as a result of that. No rain around, not that anything is being picked up by the radar anyway. And looking through the day, very unlikely for us to catch anything. It does feel quite damp out there, so the chance of drizzle is there, but certainly nothing significant. Public forecast agrees with that. It's just showing quite thick cloud all day with temperature around 4 degrees. And it's showing the feels like temperature to be more like freezing. And that's due to that steady wind from the northeast. GFS is showing a little bit warmer than that. They're picking up potentially 5 degrees with dew points set at around 2. So not too far apart there. But that's the current view outside, fairly cloudy, but we reckon it's high enough at the moment. Currently just under 4 degrees at Lasham with a dew point around 1. And Odium's latest is broken cloud at 1,300 feet. They're picking up light drizzle there. Their forecast is generally for broken clouds around 1,500 feet all day. They've got lots of Prop 40s in here, but that's generally the trend. I don't think it's going to change much more than that. They're showing 10 knots of wind from the northeast. Farnborough very similar. They're showing a little bit higher this morning, but they put a Prop 30 in here for all day for broken clouds at 1,200, which is a little bit lower. That's about 1,000 feet above Lasham. Top Meteo, really not very optimistic today. You see Lasham area down here. As we go throughout the day, it gets quite red. This is showing potentially low cloud and fog. So the chances there, I think they've taken quite a pessimistic stance on this. I don't think it's going to be this bad, and I think it's going to be flyable all day. But you've been warned. It could be foggy at some point today. NOTAM-wise, nothing really to worry about. Okay, operationally, despite the northeasterly wind, it's quite light, so we're going to set up on 09. Launch point slightly offset to the south of the runway. And we'll have the cables running along the northern side of the runway, with the winch probably slightly into the airfield. Aero towing will be on the south side of the runway. Remember to correct on the winch launches, a little bit to the north or to the left. And any landings will be onto the grass on 09 as normal. If you do need to abbreviate your circuit and land in the south side of the airfield, it is landable, so don't worry about that. We operated on 05 yesterday just fine. Okay, glider availability, we've got the K21 778 today, and we've got 2 K13s. One is still in the workshop, just having a check after yesterday. That just needs taking out in this morning, so if a couple of people could do that, that'd be great. So 1 K21, 2 K13s. We've also got 1 baby grob. A couple of notices, misting canopies might be a risk today. So a couple of observations from the last few weeks. Some people have tried hooking on for the canopies. It's closed. Please don't do that. Only hook on once a canopy is down and locked and your checks are complete. And from that point onwards, have your hands on the controls. I don't really want to see people wiping the canopy with their hats as the slack's being taken up. So just be ready to launch. If you're not happy with the misting, release the cable. No movements today. I've put this in here because I think the curl over from certainly landing on the north side may be a little bit of an issue. So Come in with plenty of height, lots of air brake, and lots of speed, as it might be fairly turbulent landing today. And a new directive from the CFI and the workshop. Can we please tow the gliders on the ground using the belly hook? Okay, should be a reasonable day. See you out there. Bye for now.